Why am I getting so much backlash?
When you hold grudges, it's gonna make you a bitter old. Not my words, but Mia in the season 9 trailer for The Real Housewives of Potomac, where, for the most part, the girls are putting on quite the show to front new solidarity. Wendy went on to acknowledge how, okay sisters, now the people are talking about, is she doing all this carrying on to sustain the freshly revived friendship with Gizelle, whom she's been eager to appease? For one, in the very same trailer, she reveals how it's Gizelle she would romance when answering a question to some spicy game that's coming up at one of their cuss hangouts. So this girl, with whom you've been beefing with for several years now, has always been the apple of your eye, Professor. I'm not starting anything. They are in love with each other now. Two queens stand before me. Well, fans are now speculating about signs of a potential rift between Wendy and Candiace, including Wendy's absence from Candiace's baby shower.
It's insane. Yeah, take notes. Just to keep up.
Which has led to online theories that their friendship may not have been as strong as it first appeared. The chat has gained more traction when the two attended a White House black and more transactional for the sake of the show. The thing here now is, if we are friends and we are beefing with someone and I exit the picture, how quickly do I see you now being buddy-buddy with the op? That said, in a recent interview on the According to Blake podcast, which I am loving so far by the way, so that's something to check out, Candiace touched on still talking to Karen and Wendy, and when asked about what she thinks of how Osefo and Bryant are already getting along so well not long after her departure, she decided not to do the carrying on with that.
But everybody was very confused that she and Gizelle seemed to be friends.
Interesting.
So whether fans are reading too much into this or not, it's definitely interesting. And by the way, Candiace confirmed in that interview that she tried her best to lay low and avoid being filmed. The season 9 trailer of The Real Housewives of Potomac is already stirring up drama, especially with Wendy, Osefo and Gizelle Bryant seemingly reconciling after their long-standing feud. This unexpected turn has fans buzzing about what may have changed in the dynamics, with some speculating that Robyn Dixon's absence as Gizelle's confidant may have opened the door for peace between the two. Interestingly, some fans are wondering if Candiace Bassett, who also departed the show, was a source of previous tension between the ladies, considering her rocky relationship with several cast members, and considering how after multiple seasons of strife between the girls, now it's working out. It's also quite interesting that seemingly Wendy, how phony the reality part of reality shows really is. You do what's good for business. Could it be that Wendy and Gizelle's newfound peace is a strategic move to save the show, given RHOP has been dealing with cush drama, including petitions for Gizelle to be fired, those over-the-top and dramatic threats of a boycott, and Candiace's controversial exit that left the working environment looking less than ideal? Comment down below, like and share this video, and subscribe to the channel for more clapback opportunities. In fact, now that the dust has settled a few days after the trailer landed to moderate Claire's son being a storyline, love the transparency here and that we are getting actual reality. But I can't help thinking about this ethically. This shouldn't be a thing. This is a child and his well-being should be off-limits. Candiace had played a role in the ongoing tensions. I'm seeing people saying, you see, now that she's out of the picture, they are finally becoming this one big happy family we've been asking them to be.
I can't help you with the kind of crazy stories that you tell. This makes no sense to me.
Moreover, the absence of Robyn Dixon, Gizelle's long-time ally, might have made it easier for the two to patch things up. The season has not even landed and the internet is already giving side-eye to Wendy over how quickly she seems to have been able to cozy up to Gizelle. Because for pretty much her entire time on The Real Housewives of Potomac, Wendy and Gizelle have been oil and water. Well, for the most part, like that one time at the season 7 premiere when Gizelle snubbed Wendy's attempt at a hug. They started out as cordial before Gizelle set in motion that campaign about Wendy having got work done in a bid to stop her husband from an alleged wandering eye. And I myself hate to sound like a hater, but I did squint a little bit when I saw such a dramatic turn from the last season. Now everyone is all kumbaya, and I know this is what everyone has wished for the girls. Their strife had gotten so bad that a lot of people, myself included, couldn't finish season 8. And besides, Bravo has instructed the girls to bury the hatchet and cut out the misery. We are probably going to have to wait for the season to arrive to see the whole thing unravel, because up until then, the streets will be living off Collider with the sizzling take that Wendy has always been desperate for Gizelle's approval. And it's not the first time I've heard that one, but I had thought it's silly, mainly because it's replicated the notion of Gizzy being the group's it girl, something I found thoughtless and lacking in credibility. But here we are. In the article observed how the new troubles in Wendy and Karen's friendship, and I quote, seem to give Wendy a new opportunity to find peace with Gizelle Bryant. Despite having different lives, there was a hint of desire on the part of Osefo toward Brian to be approved. Maybe it was part jealousy or admiration, but when the floodgates of their problems continued to spew, getting them to sit down and talk through their issues was never an option with how the cast dynamic was laid out. They are airing you out, Professor. We are talking about it now, Dr. Osefo, because on the one hand, I think we reserve the right to our discretion as viewers that at the end of the day, these are reality shows for entertainment purposes only, and that maybe we shouldn't expect a lot of the friendships to go too much further outside of the context of business. That said, I mean, on this very show, it seems Ashley, Gizelle, and Robyn do have friendships that go beyond taping. They do hang out even when they are not filming. They do come to each other's things, and they even do business together. Not the very same can be said for Candiace and Wendy, who seems to have swiftly moved on to the dynamic that will keep her on the show. Now, it actually shouldn't be too surprising that Karen and Wendy would be having a falling out. Remember when Gizelle snitched on the Grand Dame that one time and told on a conversation that they had in which Karen talked about Wendy not being suited for the show? Granted, the girls seem to have been working it out since then and standing firm against the shenanigans with the green-eyed bandits. But now that their friendship is in trouble, it's interesting to see how that has coincided with Wendy's reconciliation with Gizelle. Not a good look for authenticity, Professor. No, because it's pretty quick how everywhere drinking and driving a rest. I know the girls will be airing her out. And then there's Mia's storyline with Gordon, the new boyfriend, and the scandal JC Rito, who joins Jacqueline as a friend to the cast. Kiana has a full-time flute now, and I saw from the trailer that she's bringing in the scenes too. Share your thoughts in the comments, like and share please, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching this mess all the way to the end. Until next time, bye.